Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm JB Hoops, and today I got a video for you on Paolo Banchero, one of the best players in college basketball right now, and a potential number one pick in this upcoming draft. Paolo is 6'10", 250, and he's one of the most dominant players in college basketball right now. And I think Paolo's play style, potential, moves, strength is very reminiscent of a young LeBron James. And that's a pretty big thing to say. I'm not saying he's going to be the next LeBron James, but with his advanced skill set, power, and absolute dominance, I think he's one of the closest players to a young LeBron that we've seen in the last couple of years. So to start it off, I'm going to talk about Paolo's finishing. Paolo is 6'10", 250 and uses all of that weight to finish through contact, punish smaller players around the rim, and dunk on people's heads. He also has elite footwork. Ooh, damn, look at that footwork. Some of the best I've seen at the college level, and he's extremely powerful using his body down low. Whilst Banchero predominantly gets to the basket through strength, will, and brute force, he also has great touch around the rim, and often converts on tough layups, finessing the ball into the basket. Down the lane. On the season, Paolo is putting up 16.9 points per game, with 8.5 rebounds and 2.8 assists. He's shooting 47% from the field, but that has dropped a little bit. Ooh, damn! From a few recent poor performances. Ooh, step through. Ooh, spin move. Hey! Alright, next up, let's move on to his shot creation ability. Paolo's got a solid handle, he has great footwork, and he has solid pace, which he uses to create a lot of space to get off his shots. He also utilizes a jab step a lot, and he sells his jab step very well, and when the defender is off balance, he's able to power his way to his spot, get to the rim, or pull up for a jump shot. And he can handle, he's shown a few step backs, and his jumper is pretty quick, and being 6'10", he can get it over pretty much any defender. He also shows off his moves. He's got a nice pull-up like this, and I really like his potential in this area with the amount of moves he has, the control, the handle. He just might be unstoppable when he reaches his prime. Next up, we got another key part to Paolo's game, his post-up and face-up game. Paolo is elite in the mid-range game. He uses a variety of jab steps and fakes to get to where he wants to be. Also that nice spin move you just saw. And he's got a really solid pull-up jump shot off one dribble. He can also back you down and fade in the post or hook over guys with his soft touch around the basket. But I think what separates him the most is his fakes and just the ability to create an opening to get his shot off. Now onto his three-point shooting. Paolo started off pretty well from three, but he's been struggling lately. After shooting 2 of 11 in his last couple games, his percentage has dropped down to 31%. But I think he projects to be a decent three-point shooter in the NBA. A lot of the shots he has are catch and shoot, which he is pretty solid on, but he's also shown flashes of being able to create from the three. With the handle and pull-up combinations, he's also thrown in a few step backs recently, and they've looked pretty clean. But as far as his mechanics go, they're pretty solid. His jump shot isn't too slow or anything, but I would really like to see some more consistency with his jump shot. Now onto his defense, an area of his game which isn't really elite, but he's still a solid and versatile defender, putting up a steal and a block per game. What really holds Paolo back on the defensive end is his athleticism and lateral quickness. He's solid but nothing special at moving his feet and staying in front of his man, and he's not really a natural shot blocker like his teammate Mark Williams. He's kind of just stuck in that middle ground of not being a rim protector and not being great at guarding the perimeter either, which will probably be one of the main things holding him back from being a clear number one pick. But from what I've seen from Paolo, when he's locked in, he can clamp up guys, he can get deflections, get steals, he's had his few crazy chase down blocks, and I think he has the potential with his athleticism, size, and IQ to be a great defender in the NBA. Next up, an area of Paolo's game that is pretty solid in his playmaking. Paolo is really solid in transition. He's great at throwing lobs. He's also improved at making reads off the dribble when he gets into trouble. And he's been pretty good at dishing the ball off with dump-off passes in the lane. He's also pretty solid at passing out the post, finding the open shooters and the cutters. Whilst I don't think it's a part of his game that's going to be particularly excellent, he's definitely solid and will most of the time be able to get the ball to where it needs to be. Next, onto some of the concerns I have with Paolo's game. First off, his turnovers. At times when he's getting pressured, he has a pretty loose handle, and when he gets into trouble on driving, he sometimes throws some risky passes and just loses the ball. He's also been committing a few offensive fouls. Often they're just an IQ and effort things. I think he can pull back on those definitely. Another thing is his predictable moves. Since he's not an insane athlete, he's more powerful. So on his straight line drives, people can just get in front of him and reach in and steal the ball from him. He also throws a few turnovers when teams throw double teams at him, and he just doesn't make his decisions quick enough on what to do with the ball. Another concern I have for Paolo is his shooting consistency. He's not shooting the greatest 3-point percentage, but he has solid mechanics and has been pretty good off the catch. And he has shown some pull-up and off-the-dribble 3 flashes, which I think have looked really great. But you definitely hope that he can improve on that if he's going to be an elite player in the NBA, being a minimum top 3 pick. The final concern I have with Paolo's game is his defensive consistency. He's not the best lateral mover, his feet are a little bit slow, especially when guarding smaller guys. He also doesn't have a massive wingspan or elite shot blocking instincts like Chet, so at times he just can't recover when he's beat. Another concern I have on the defensive end is at times he just falls asleep on back cuts and he kind of just floats around in the middle of nowhere, so he could definitely improve his defensive positioning. And that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching the video. Go watch the video I made on Chet if you haven't seen it already. Paolo Banchero is the next LeBron, confirmed. I'm trying to be consistent with the uploads, so JB Hoops, out!